Hello animals, today I'm filming an update video about my progress in getting rid of stuff. This month I've gotten rid of 10 bags of stuff so far, and the month is not freaking over. I have even more freaking stuff loaded up if the shop is taking stuff. I've seriously come such a massive freaking way from where I was years ago. I'm sure you guys remember that I was going to make a massive freaking documentary on getting rid of stuff. My whole process in that, it's always been very difficult for me, so I never really learned the skill. Those films are pretty much lost. I don't know where they are. They could be on a camera, a different phone, the other computer. I have absolutely no freaking idea. So due to that and the fact that within most of the films it was just stagnation and freaking deliberation about how difficult it was to get rid of stuff, it's not something anybody wants to watch. So until those films are found, I don't think anybody's gonna see that. It's all boring. And what I've been doing right now is just getting rid of an absolute crap ton of stuff. I've had people over every freaking other day on average. It has been something I've had to work around. That is okay because I just have the casual job where, you know, I go for an hour every 2 weeks, but that's really not gonna cut it, so I'm gonna have to pick back up on that soon. I want to just do anything freaking trash picking, working at anywhere at all that's not severely stressful if it's something I have experience with. So my time is gonna get cut short to deal with this sort of thing because it does in fact take a lot of time. I organized my whole room yesterday. My room, it is a finite thing, but there's so much damn stuff in there. I just went up there for a couple hours. Let's reorganize the entire pajama drawer by things I want to wear now and things that I don't wear until the summer and may pick up again because as you can see, my style has completely freaking changed. Since December or something, all of a sudden I just wanted to dress feminine again and I wanted to look feminine. It just impresses the guys and it's not something I have a problem with anymore. I used to be really insecure about looking like a girl again. When I first started this, I was like, okay, we'll go until somebody has a problem with it, but nobody's made a damn problem with it. Nobody's ever commented on it in a negative way in the last month or two that I've been doing this. So I'm just gonna keep going on this. I just bleached my eyebrows yesterday. I went down to the dollar store to get myself some lashes. I don't really know how to apply them, but I watched a video on it today, so they will get better. It was a video for hooded eyes, and I now know that I should be cutting the lash actually at the end, but then moving the lash over here, and then putting them on with tweezers and stuff. I've never made lashes look good, and this video explained exactly why. So that's all gonna help my appearance. I'll be bleaching my hair again in a couple weeks or something, but it doesn't really freaking matter because I always wear a hat, so I have to travel 40 kilometers to get the dye that I need. I have the old stuff, it's just, it won't do the perfect job that I've heard of in the YouTube comments section. So even though my hair is coarser and a better curl pattern than the majority of human beings on this earth, according to me, I do need to pour effort into making my hair the best quality it can possibly be if I'm going to be bleaching it to such a high level, because this took 2 freaking dye jobs. It's never been this light. It came out blonde the second time and I was really glad because that was New Year's. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna look freaking great today. It's gonna be awesome. And it was. And for whatever reason, the outfit that I chose happened to all be gray, and gray is apparently a popular color now. So even though I'm just wearing old crap that my brother didn't want and things that I bought for $2, people were really impressed with that. And one of the guys that was impressed with that was really hot, so that was cool. And he didn't want to be with me, but you know, he kissed me for New Year's, so that was freaking awesome. Just a handful of days ago, I got kissed by a guy that I freaking went to elementary school with 20 years ago, and he was never a bad looking guy, so there's that too. Even though certain guys are actually annoying me and at times genuinely being a dick to me, that's not going to be a freaking problem, actually. So my life is still great. It's not exactly a manic high at this point, but getting rid of this much stuff is going to be great for my progress moving forward, because I'm going to try and move into an apartment with Josh later this year, but the thing is, we both need money, and I also need to save my money for the Japan trip, because I'm going to Japan, and I might be bringing Josh if he gets his freaking money and passport together. It's going to be a great big freaking effort, but it's all adult stuff. You know how freaking long I've been waiting to actually do adult stuff and hanging around people that are pretty freaking immature with their drinking, and at times drug habits, and at times sleeping on the streets just because they feel like it or whatever. It's so much to deal with, but it's not exactly my problem because I know everyone is safe, and when they're around me, they're gonna be safe, and freaking everything is gonna go well. And I don't be messing with that freaking drug BS, and I don't be messing with blacking out while drinking. That's not even a freaking idea to me. That just doesn't happen. I mean, my cap for the evening is half a Mickey. So no, I'm not going down anytime freaking soon. You can watch me. I may look an entire mess on the live streams, but that's once in a freaking, every so often. I talked about sewing last time, and that was absolutely not popular, but I was live streaming at 7 p.m., so I can see why the hell that didn't gain any popularity. Throughout the whole live stream, I'm just freaking drunk out of my damn mind, like, why are you watching? You need to get on my live stream, and don't half-ass it, man. I promise I'm not such an annoyed type of creature every freaking time I'm around people. I was just really drunk and kind of pissed off because I really just wanted to call my friend, and that didn't work out. When I looked up Messenger, the storage was so freaking low that it didn't even show Messenger existed on the phone, and then the phone just shut off. So, yeah, I got rid of a Littlest Pet Shop set that I always liked, but it's been 20 freaking years. I haven't played with it once. I just kind of looked at it. If I'm gonna make a doll film or whatever, it's not needing this very short veterinary habitat because I do have better sets. I gave away a kitchen set and a tech deck set of stairs that I used in the last film I made. I'm not really freaking mad that I did that. These things can freaking hang out forever, and I have a green screen. I don't need to hold on to this physical stuff that's worth bags and bags and bags. I'm never at any point getting rid of the frickin' Barbie of Swan Lake house thing. I will die on that frickin' hill. And my dad tried to throw that out several months ago. That's one of the nicest things I own, so. And I got rid of a great big frickin' baby doll that was the same size I was as a baby, which is typically very small for a baby, but I was, a month premature, so you can't help being a teeny tiny animal. I always felt sentimental towards every freaking thing I own, but now that I've been living in reality around friends that respond to my texts and actually want to hang out every day and do things that I want to freaking do and aren't just gonna sit there gaming or whatever. I don't even have a freaking gaming setup, so they don't even have the option. I don't know where my PS2 games are. The thing's just plugged in with a controller. Don't know where the other one is. Don't know where the PS3 controllers are, but if I had a real gaming setup, it'd impress my man, but do I care about impressing a man who has physically hurt me? I don't know. All I know is sometimes it isn't worth it, and that's fine. I was texting him last night. He's freaking funny. He was he was drawing circles on the Toronto Raptors logo because it didn't have enough pink in it. I got to this text late because I just shut my ringer off because I was like, I'm gonna do some stuff and I don't want to be interrupted. I sent back to him, I never imagined that's what you would be doing today. And yeah, when I got rid of stuff today, I went to the park as well, and there was a freaking Lululemon women's hoodie just sitting there, so I was like, okay, pink Lululemon hoodie that I can throw in the freaking wash. I also picked up some garbage over there because, it's the school I freaking went to. Show some damn respect. When people throw garbage places, I always mistake it for stuff. If it's a white bag, it could be mistaken for a hoodie or a notebook or whatever else I need. So I really get annoyed seeing that stuff over and over again. So this time I just picked it up. I found some cans there, so I have 10 more cents. Or no, 20 more cents, because they changed it. So now I have 20 more freaking cents to ride the bus when it's too rainy to ride the scooter. That's another thing I've freaking changed. I just don't ride in the rain anymore. Because if I'm rolling with people, we're all rolling at the same speed. I'm not going to ask these guys to run to catch up with me because one of them has a very awkward gait. He doesn't run very fast because he's also not very athletic. So, we don't want to freaking just be a dick to the animal. Let's just let the animal squeak. I don't want my dad to be pissed off that I was riding on freaking bad bearings. One time he fixed a bunch of my scooters and he was pretty pissed off that I was riding on broken freaking equipment even though I knew how to do it, and I was scooting for an hour every day on average. Sometimes I would go out for 4 or even 5 hours on a scooter, and that messes with your hips. That weird way of standing on there and that hip movement, using your legs like that, even if you do switch sides all the time, it does kind of mess with your hips still. I don't know if that's a male versus female hips thing. And last year I actually did get the bearings replaced on one of my best scooters at the frickin' shop, and that ran me, I am embarrassed to say this, but it ran me $50 or more than that. Okay, cool. We're never doing that again. I know they put the good bearings in because it's a bike shop, and they assured me that they put the best bearings they could in there. Because why not? So basically, a creature is creaching and supporting the fricking industries and whatnot. You know, I'm not giving money to people that are just gonna spend it on crack. I'm keeping good local industries alive. But yeah, a lot of money there, so I decided it's only $2 to ride the freaking bus. Why don't I just ride the bus? I don't ride the bus enough to justify buying a card for it. You know, I don't ride the bus every single day, so if I'm spending $35, I could have just spent less than that taking the bus when I take the bus. I never log it because it's just whenever. My friends like to actually freaking walk. I'm hanging out with people that actually will complete a 1-hour walk to get home when the buses aren't running and won't complain about it a single time. Nobody is whimpering about, ooh, 20 minutes to walk to the shop that you want to go to. By the time we're downtown, we're already freaking wasted. So we're already grabbing each other's freaking butts and waists and freaking whatever. I would say it's a gay time, but now that I look like this and I make a point of at times acting more feminine and at times using a certain girl voice, I can say it's more of a bisexual time. But at the end of the day, it is still pretty gay. Technically, it's gay because every day I'm talking, walking, acting, halfway dressing like a guy, because it's too freaking cold to be dressing like a girl. They don't make girl clothes that are good for the winter that are cheap enough for me to buy to justify me wearing them. I don't know, we freaking got a bunch of food one time, had no extra bags, so it's either I put the food in the blanket with the shoes I found downtown and the socks I found outside the hospital, or I freaking put the food in my pockets because my bag is a cycling bag. There's only so much you can put in that, which is also a great change that I made. I used to carry around this Mexican bag that didn't carry a load effectively, the straps being so small and just the formation of the bag, but it had different pockets that I sewed on there out of old socks that I would put pens and pencils and various things I'd need to use, like a back roller. It's technically a face roller, but who the hell uses that? I'm literally freaking 26. It's not gonna make a damn difference. I'm young. I can't see that using something to just roll over my face for an hour a week is gonna make that much of a difference. The one permanent change I'd like to make to my face, if it were possible, is evening out my damn eyebrows, because this one is built much higher than this one is, and you can't really see it from where I am, but when I fill out my eyebrows, it is significant. I think I'm gonna take some time off of filling out my eyebrows. It just doesn't really go with the look anymore. I will just do the blonde thing, so that includes my eyebrows. But I've found that the eyebrow solution is great for eyeliner. Really dark eyeliner doesn't look as good on me as it could, and plus if I'm going to be doing lashes, you know, it's going to get kind of scrambled by that. I don't really know how to fit all those pieces together at this current moment because I took so much time off from doing girl makeup that I am completely uneducated on the subject now. I'm doing the same tutorial every freaking day. I just watched one tutorial and I was like, yeah, okay, I can freaking do the Slavic doll tutorial, and then I got into the Sabrina Carpenter makeup tutorial, which is a lot more feminizing and includes a lot more contouring here. The first time I tried that around someone, all of a sudden I got freaking laid. So I've just been rolling with that for the last several weeks. Apparently one time I got laid. Let's just say that there's a freaking mess that I have to clean up somewhere. Apparently I didn't freaking look through the blankets well enough, and then yesterday I looked at that and I was like, oh crap. Not only was there a condom wrapper in the freaking blanket from so many freaking weeks ago when we were just sleeping in there a couple nights ago, but there's also freaking blood on the blankets. So what do I do with that? I'm not going to explain that to my parents. The sunlight has damaged the top one irreparably. It will wear thin. So either we make something out of the blankets, which I don't know what I would even make. These blankets are freaking huge. or I replace it with a patch of something else. I don't know what to do about this because there are in fact blankets and I don't want that to go to waste. But then I'd also have to purchase bedding, which I'm not gonna do new. I'm not gonna freaking sink $100 into buying new bedding. Don't know, might do patches on it, but either way it's so suspicious and I can't just do these random great big decisions for something that we don't even freaking be using. I don't know. Point is, got laid. It was fun. Great. Cool. The second time getting laid in the RV was not freaking cool. We're not doing that again. That was uncool. That was not worth the money. Anyway, the fact that the Samsung S3 has the capability of pausing the recording, and that the iPhone 6s doesn't have that, how else are you supposed to save storage? But yeah, I figure it's weird to celebrate only getting rid of 10 bags per month. I feel like people are gonna see that and think, oh yeah, that's not a big freaking deal. You should do more. You should be doing 20 bags per month if you're gonna be getting rid of enough to actually live in an apartment. I've made it known that I do have, comparing it to my brother's room that he shared with his girlfriend, I may have 3 times the amount of clothes the average person does. I may have 10 times more stuff outside of the room that the average person does. But I'm still gonna freaking celebrate this goal. Nobody else can freaking do what I did, stagnate for just so many years, saying, okay, well I'm logging it, I should be getting rid of 2 things for each thing I bring in, but I'm so attached to every single thing I own, and I'm so mentally ill because I don't really live a full life like everyone else does and feel like a failure as an adult. There was a lot of freaking stuff to go through. Now that I'm actually comfortable not only in myself, but in the things I own, and in getting rid of them, and in the freaking way that I fit in society around other people, I am not who I was when I was 21 and I started logging this. It has been the biggest struggle of my entire life. So if anybody thinks this stuff is freaking easy, that I've been going through nothing this whole time and just sitting around not filming videos because, fuck, one of my 5 HTP pills just fell on the damn chair. That is not cool. I will be giving that one away. I'm not gonna do it in a YouTuber way though. I'm not doing a giveaway on a 5 HTP pill. The legalities of that would be weird. I don't know if these things lose effectiveness over time, but they expired in 2018. They still taste good, and I popped 3 in a freaking hour once, so it's not something I see as detrimental. I mean, it's dried out, ground up seeds of an African plant. I used to find they had an effect, but now I don't find that they have an effect at all. But I was mentally ill when I got into popping these things. My dad makes this great freaking weed oil at my size and tolerance. Even a third of a teaspoon if I haven't eaten or anything just sends me to the freaking moon. One second I'm getting laid, and the next second I'm bawling my eyes out because I think that they won't let me into the Barbie movie dimension. 10 minutes into that, I don't feel a damn thing. An hour later, I'm like, crap, I'm really high now. I'm not really scared about feeling the effects of a substance anymore. I mean, I've literally done Molly. I microdosed it twice. First time was literally just table scraps. It was to impress a guy I liked. I was really drunk and I was in that mood of, I'll do anything for you, I'll literally kill a whale for you. And, you know, I just snorted some table scraps off the desk, but I didn't even use a straw or bill or anything, so I didn't freaking feel it. Second time, may have felt it. That was just for general reasons of wanting to do Molly. So I just did it 5 or 10 minutes after everybody else did, just to make sure we were all good. And it was unexpected, or I would have bought a freaking testing kit, like you can just get from the OPS. Why do these people never use testing kits? Never seen them freaking use one. You could literally die from doing stuff, no matter who your dealer is. If he screws up once, you're dead. So get a freaking testing kit. I'm pretty sure they're even free. Anyway, all throughout my life, I had bouts of being really afraid of getting high. That never really affected liquor. I don't remember the month I met all these people. June or July, maybe. Today we're drinking, tomorrow we're binge drinking. The most times that I've drank, I found out some stuff about a guy that I was freaking friends with, and it broke my heart because I was absolutely in love with this man. He wasn't freaking gay, and back then I had done no convincing to anyone. So I was just like, okay, well, he's straight, whatever. I was at this chick's birthday party, and it was a great big drinking fest, and then cops got called. We all just had to run away, because everybody was being too freaking loud, and you can't really do that when you're outside. Partying with freaking 20 people, and they're all drunk and loud. And then I start hanging out with one of my street friends. You know, I'm telling her all this stuff. Yeah, I've done days where I've drank a Mickey, but, you know, it's spaced out over the day. At my size, you can't be drinking a whole Mickey, but some people really try to push themselves, and I'm glad that drinking games are not popular anymore, or else this would still be a great big fricking problem. You know, if you're in the drinking community, you have to understand that there are such things as pacing yourself. And if you're new to all that, just don't even frickin' do it. Don't chance it. But my dad has all the yard equipment going on right now, as much as this is the best computer microphone I've ever had. I also have many things to do. So, squeak, squeak, animals. Hopefully you enjoyed information about my life and getting rid of stuff, because it's all very important to me, and there will be more videos on that soon, as well as sewing and perhaps just a general discussion of the way I dress and look now, the implications of that, and how I feel about it. And if you want to see a specific thing, please let me know in the comments. It helps a lot for the algorithm. I found the other one to this sock, so I'm very happy. Squeak, squeak, squeak.